All right. This week in the news, I've got some headlines. Got so many that I think I'm going to jettison some of the less interesting ones. Because stuff came out this morning, such as this pitch deck for E3 2020.
Oh, boy.
That Game Daily got a hold of. Which, man, I guess I'm just going to read some excerpts from this story.
It's important to frame it that this is meant for like a certain demographic.
Yeah, this is
not
literally a slideshow, like a presentation that the ESA put together, I think, to present to its member
companies, like
a
Microsoft
the many large publishers that make up its membership.
It's weird that this leaked out from them. The ESA usually has such a good grasp on its information.
The ESA is trying to rebrand E3 as a, quote, fan, media, and influencer festival.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Fire Fest.
Yeah, it's exactly like
okay, here, this really sums it all up, I think.
Is it the line?
Right here. Right here. Well, that one's coming in a minute. But, and this is quoting the Game Daily story. As part of the E3 overhaul, the ESA proposes leaning into influencers and paid celebrity deals with talent representation agencies like UTA and CAA.
Hell yeah.
The pitch deck includes 2 examples of these high-profile celebrity activations, including members of the Los Angeles Lakers playing a basketball video game in front of fans.
Who wouldn't love that?
Or actors competing in a tournament.
Who wouldn't love that?
These attractions rely on a massive change to the E3 show floor.
These attractions are already happening at E3 and around E3.
Get Kawhi Leonard to play Bill Lambert's combat basketball with the fans.
But
see, okay, there you go.
But they've got this proposed...
I would hate to miss out on that.
They've got this proposed new floor plan for the West Hall with 8 kind of experience orbs.
Experience orbs.
Like a massive amount of the West Hall floor space devoted to these circular things labeled experience.
Kendra Hall didn't die for this.
Experience 1, experience 2. This is Dr. Seuss.
Experience 3
story.
Is where I'm going.
So yeah, like the idea is that, and remember West Hall traditionally is where the frickin' platform holders set up shop.
Yeah.
That's where the PlayStation booth used to be, and the Nintendo booth is.
But there's still going to be
is the key phrase.
Oh, I know.
Though,
I know.
These orbs are actually intermingled with other booths.
There are traditional rectangular booths on this proposed floor plan.
There's Orb 4. We've got Natalie Portman playing Odama with fans.
I would go see that.
Yeah,
sure.
All right.
That is a way more.
We're putting on our.
That is a way more interesting celebrity and game pairing than they will ever come up with.
Sure.
Actually, hang on. Let me get back to the article. Where is the line?
Jay Davidson playing Seaman with the fans.
With the fans.
Here it is. The ESA says it hopes to create, quote, exclusive appointment-only activations for select attendees who will create buzz and FOMO.
Fuck.
I love creating buzz and FOMO.
I hate JPEG Mafia's here, smoking mid and trying to understand Tokyo Bus Guide.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I mean,
we got the cast of Stuber playing Crazy Taxi.
Okay, that's way more.
I'd be down.
But it wouldn't be Crazy Taxi.
No, okay, playing Roundabout.
I mean, everybody agrees that E3 needs to do something.
They agree they've been trying to do something.
I think they should do nothing, personally.
Just fizzle out.
Also,
it makes them a lot of money.
Yeah.
They have.
Oh yeah, it's
they
a huge. I think they have to. I think it is a huge chunk of their revenue.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a choice but to try to continue
to figure it out.
So like the main thing, like you mentioned, is they want it to be more like a Gamescom. They want it to be more like
more like they want to finally do the thing of just like, hey, let's actually make this a thing that is built to accommodate the public.
Yes,
and what that all entails.
Which is something like upping it from 10,000 to 20,000.
It's 25.
25,000 gamer passes.
15 to 25.
15 to 25.
Yeah. So it was this year they had 15,000 consumer passes. They were proposing raising that to
gamer passes.
Yes, 25,000 consumers for the next show.
Which
and
is
then,
still a fraction compared to those larger things like games.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely. Yeah.
And then they
Those are hundreds of thousands.
they acknowledge that basically letting that many more people in is going to create longer wait times for things.
Oh, but wait.
And they've come up with a plan for Qtainment.
This is the worst thing that I read personally. This bothers me so
That's
much.
Q as in a line queue.
All these phrases must be like, because activation is something that I've heard
Yeah.
people
Oh,
yeah,
here
yeah, totally.
use
That's a
in
marketing
regard-
term.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
As
so-
opposed to like exposure.
I mean, whatever. This is an internal document.
as opposed to just like, we built a thing. It's
Right.
like, this is our activation with
This is
brand
an
X,
internal document
whatever,
for marketers. This is
Yeah.
the language that
Yes,
they speak.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh, it's the language
but
they
it's
speak.
but it's easy to poke fun at it.
Should get Dave in here for this section.
yeah.
But yeah, they essentially are basically like
Business Dave loves to activate.
His PowerPoints don't leak.
No, fuck no.
That's true.
the idea is basically that people will be waiting in long lines, so other companies will be able to market to them while they are in these lines.
Right.
I
They
mean,
would
I
do
get
sort of
that.
like Disney
In the
thing.
form of
totally.
Qtainment. Yeah.
Jan, Qtainment.
God, it's so fucking infuriating because like you see
You're
these
already
poor
standing in
people-
line.
Exactly, these poor people that are paying public passes to get into the show, and like they may not even get to play the fucking
Play,
game
like, one
or
game.
watch the trailer that they could have seen online. Now they're going to be blasted by a bunch of shit
And they
already.
can't
in
fucking
line.
move.
and they can't move.
And also,
to get FOMO blasted?
no! Like, think about it this way. Like, so there's already a weird level of access thing going on at E3
Yeah.
where, like, okay, we've got appointments to see games because we're there for a specific purpose, blah, 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 blah. The people walking in on the show floor are not going to see the same stuff that we see. Now, with that stuff, they're going out of their way to create that. Like, instead of like saying like, hey, we want to bring the public in so more people can see this, they're like, we want to bring the public in and also create things that only exclusive influencers get to see so we can create some FOMO. Like, they're going out of their way to create like more fuckery for the general attendee.
Yeah.
But then there's already some there inherently.
Yeah.
And that's that's like the reality of it, right? It's like, hey, the lines are long. Not everyone can see everything, but
Yeah.
this just seems fucked.
Also, I forgot to mention another proposed change is to make Tuesday a media-only day, and then
Even then.
Wednesday and Thursday will be open for everybody else.
I would do what?
you
Go
would-
check out these experiences?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like that doesn't like the experience domes don't sound interesting
Right.
as a member of the media. Compared to like what
Natalie
we
Portman
go to
won't be
E3 for, right? Like in terms of just
yeah.
like, oh, actually, I'm there to see the stuff for real,
Right.
So
Like from a media business point of view, this sounds like a nightmare, right? Like, I mean, it sounds like that this is like for
Well,
like
it sounds
us and other outlets.
It sounds like more time spent in the concourse hall meeting rooms,
Yeah.
and less
exactly.
time on the show floor.
that's the
for people,
it
for people like us.
It depends on like what they want to do with meeting rooms. If it really is just Tuesday is the day, then we leave Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah. Like maybe we only go media only goes on Tuesdays, or yeah, like trickle down, like
because
kind of the,
otherwise, if they do meeting rooms, then yeah, there'll probably be plenty to do, and it probably won't be that big of a change for us.
yeah.
In fact, like the media only day might not be that interesting if it's just 8 experience domes, because that's like, okay, you're just letting people play the game. Let me play it upstairs in your meeting room on Wednesday. I don't have to go through this big dumb line and like fucking, oh no, it's raining in here because you're making a water game. Like, like whatever the fuck. I mean, activation has.
If they move to a model where the show floor was purely for consumers and the upstairs meeting rooms were purely for like business,
that's the actual Gamescom
I would be
model,
all for
right?
it because
I
that would
mean-
be that because the show floor is the worst possible place to try to take meetings. Like it's impossible to navigate. It's hot.
Very,
it's loud.
very few of the appointments we had this year were actually on the show floor in a booth.
Yeah,
like
like
most
some-
of them were in separate meeting rooms. So
Yeah.
like,
Like,
if
it's
they're still
always
maintaining that
easier-
space, then whatever.
It's always easier
fine.
and more efficient to just go into a quiet meeting
Yeah.
room and talk to
And
somebody and
they
see a game.
should try to make if they want the public to go to the show, they should try to make more for those people
Yeah.
to do.
Yes.
Right.
100%.
Because
But-
every time we would talk to somebody, there were people who were happy they were there for sure, but the common question or the common response I would always get was like, yeah, I played a game, kind of
And sometimes it's a game that they've already played.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
been out.
like the people waiting in line to play Minecraft.
Yeah, there are people playing like Final Fantasy 14 to like go in an instance of a raid, I guess.
Yeah,
Get a shirt.
Yeah.
if even.
Yeah, if even.
And so if you're offloading that stuff into these experience pods and all this other stuff, and like, hey, we built an area for people to wait in line because the show wasn't built for that originally, and the lines were causing problems. Not so much this year. This year felt empty, but last year it was bad. Yeah, those are problems they need to solve. They need to evolve the show into something that is more like E4 All and all the fucking hell shows they tried to do before this, while still meeting whatever industry and business needs E3 still has.
Yeah.
Which maybe those don't need to happen there either.
Right.
You know, like there doesn't need to be press conferences at E3. There doesn't need to be big announcements around E3. You know, Sony's still out there selling PlayStations as far as I know.
Yeah.
Microsoft left the building.
Yeah. Microsoft said, fuck it, we got our own theater.
Yeah.
Nothing in that article either about upping bathroom security, which is a real shame.
No. Also, nothing about the leak of personal information,
Oh yeah, no, weirdly quiet about that
funny.
one.
which they said at the time, they were
Weird.
going to work to, restore the trust of the media or
We've
whatever it
changed
was.
the passwords
Yeah,
on
right.
2 of our 3
Did you guys look at this?
Wi-Fi access.
Did you guys look at this pitch deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because did you see the slide of the power of social good?
Fuck that also.
Because that is actually the most cynical thing in this entire presentation.
That's been going around like at a corporate level for like there's a quote from Stephanie McMahon out there saying like, like the best way for brands to get across is to do some kind of good.
But listen to this. Just let me read.
That's not the exact quote.
Well,
but
let me read the first 2 bullet points off the slide because it's... Research shows that millennials and Gen Z are the most giving back / social good generations ever.
Woo!
Congrats, Ben.
Here is the real kicker.
On camera. We fist bumped.
By amplifying E3's social good brand, we can advance the industry's brand with consumers while storing positive chits for future use, such as policy goals or the next negative video game story. They are literally commodifying people's goodwill so that the next time loot boxes happen.
literally using the word shit.
Yeah. They're literally talking about like banking
some goodwill,
better reputation.
But
so
which basically means like next time something bad happens, they just try to point to E3 and go, no, games are good.
Remember when Billy Bob Thornton played the new Rainbow Six expansion up on that stage?
I do remember that. He bought 3 carbon offsets while he was up there. That's amazing.
yeah, man.
Gen Z really dug it. These fucking Zoomers way into it.
There's another bit in there about how instead of paying influencers, that they would somehow like tie in some sort of charity.
On that slide?
Yeah, not on that slide in particular.
Yeah, it did say that the member companies came out against paying the celebrities directly.
Right, paying the celebrities directly. But
Oh, paying people, absolutely not.
We don't have the budget.
No, this is an exposure thing for them.
Do you know how expensive those domes are going to cost?
These football players, they love to get up here and play whatever, they love to play Fortnite. It's fine. But I mean, like, that's like Epic's been doing their Pro-Am tournament, their Pro-Am Fortnite tournament for a while. They did one at E3 this year, and
last year.
EA brought in,
Backpack
EA
Kid.
brought in all the weed that one year with Battlefield, and so like they've been bringing celebrities to it that way. And I don't know what the invite process is on that, and how much they pay those people,
How we can get involved.
and how we can get involved. You need a bigger backpack,
how do we get
not to out
I need a
backpack
signature
kid to
dance.
hold weed. You need to be
Yeah.
Zac
Well,
Efron's weed
They
carrier.
barely check the bags, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they might that might be one of the domes. Just weed.
Experience 4.
It's the Zach Dome.
Yeah. Time to get Zacked. It's California. If you're from out of state, this is the dome for you.
E3 is going to be weird.
We're just playing that one part of Far Cry 3 over and over again.
No, you got to see this.